Late one night, I was exploring the desert of southwestern America on Google Earth when I came across these weird geometric lines at the base of a mountain. I wasn't really sure what I was looking at, and to be honest, I couldn't even tell if they were more of an optical illusion created by boulders or something more. But the sharp corners and prominent shadow leads me to believe that whatever this is man-made, and so I packed up my car and headed out to find out just what exactly I was looking at.
Okay, so luckily for me, after studying the map a little bit, I realized that there's actually a dirt road that goes straight to this site. As for the condition of the dirt road, I'm not 100% certain. I'm gonna see how far the Subaru can take me, but I might still have to ditch it and hike. But otherwise, it should be relatively easy getting in this spot. The fact that there's a road going to this site leads me to believe that this is some sort of abandoned something. I don't know how old. I'm still pretty excited to see what it is. I just think there's so many cool things to be found in the desert, and I'm hoping that this is one of them. Okay, so it turns out the road was not that bad, and the Subaru pretty much got us all the way here. First thing we found is where I parked. We've just got some old foundation of some sorts. Looks like some roofing, and I have no clue what some of this is. But it's nice. There's like this perfect little parking space. And then what we came here for, that I saw on Google Earth, is right up this hill. You can see some bones of a building up there, so let's get closer and check it out. I'm honestly pretty surprised that I found this spot on Google Earth, because from the air, this area looks pretty drab. It's kind of just alluvial fans coming down from these mountains, and it's pretty monotone. And so I really wasn't even sure that I was looking at anything man-made at first, just because sometimes boulders can be funky, but I'm glad to say that it is something. I just saw a huge falcon. I was way too slow to get it on camera. I've actually been in this rough area before, kind of out in that direction, and between interesting geology and interesting archaeology, there's actually quite a bit to see out here. Doesn't seem like it when you're first here, but there really is a lot of cool things to find. Speaking of which, we've made it to what I found on Google Earth. Looks like a fortress, but given the appearance of the hillside, I think it might be an old mine, which is so interesting. I've never seen abandoned mines that look like this, with this much concrete. Wow. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but the ground is so shimmery here from whatever they were mining. I don't even know like what this structure would have been. Can you see the shine on that? Wow. Oh, it's like completely coated my fingers. I think this must have been like some sort of processing, because it seems like maybe something, you know, started up here, came down into this channel, and then continued down through here. And then maybe it was, you know, taken away, but target practice. No surprise there. These mountains that we're kind of on the foot of are actually in some areas very rich with marine fossils, and so a good chunk is actually a designated wilderness area, and then within that there's another area that's designated as an area of critical environmental concern just because of how many marine fossils there are there. And since they are marine fossils, that means that this whole range at some point was under seawater, which is kind of hard to imagine given how dry and hot this area is now, but I think that's really cool. That being said, of course, this mine is not included in that wilderness area. It doesn't look like they mined a ton, so I'd be curious to see like how long this area was being mined. When I was looking around the area on Google Earth as well, I saw like another steep kind of object creating a shadow that I wasn't sure if it would be more foundation, but I actually think it's that rock formation up there that juts out really high. I think it creates a pretty strong shadow on the other side, so I think that's what I was seeing on Google Earth. This is me for scale. I'm 5'4". And then a few miles in that direction, there's actually some old lava flows that are like 15 to 20 million years old. So this place is actually pretty diverse, this whole area. All right, now I'm just following this old road that goes east of the foundations just to see what else we can find. Oh, hang on. I just turned around and I saw this other little structure down this spot right over there. There's kind of just a lot of random little roads that don't really go anywhere. I'm sure they made sense in the past. So it's very like inset. I wonder if this was either some sort of latrine or storage of some kind. Got nice little steps coming up. Looks like we've got another mine pit here and another one on the other side of that, it looks like. Quite the view though. This road or trail just keeps going up, so we're gonna follow it and see what we find. It's a little washed out, just a tad. All the Ocotillo are nice and green and sharp. What fascinating plants. They just look so cool. I think this is the greenest I've seen them. I've never been out here this early in winter, and it recently rained a bit, so they're all really green. It's really beautiful. So it looks like there's a footpath going up this, so should we try and Scrambled to the top. We've made it. Wow. Not sure what kind of rocks these are, probably some type of granite, but this block in particular seems a bit more resistant to erosion than everything around it. I've just been sat here for a second listening to the birds talk, which, according to Merlin, are rock wrens. Rock wrens. It's so peaceful just sitting here listening to them, though. I feel like so many people have like this notion that the desert is empty, but when you get out here, you really can see how green it is and just how much life there is here. Anyways, let's keep going. The trail comes this way, but you kind of lose it here. I'm not sure if it's along this side or if you just kind of scramble straight up. But I guess we're gonna have to do some trial and error. All right, I followed some semblance of a trail all the way from that mine up to this peak. Need some sunscreen. Oh man. Alright, the last time someone signed this register was November 9th of 2025, so just over a month ago. Alright, I've signed it. Before I leave this spot, we also have the sign for the summit, Mine Peak. Makes sense. But I want to take you guys this way and show you the view over here on the other side of the mountains. I also stashed. Ooh, I left my bag down over here because I actually climbed up this side because it was less steep. Really thick varnish on all these rocks up here. All right, check out this view. These Badlands look so cool. It'd be really nice to come back and explore down there. But a lot of those mountains over there, that's where that wilderness area that I was talking about is. So a lot of marine fossils that way. It's definitely on my list to explore. Wow. Not too bad. This has been a little bit of an unexpected adventure. I really wasn't sure what I would find at that spot that I found on Google Earth, and I really didn't know that I was going to end my day with these views up here, so I'm pretty happy with that. But with all that being said, I do need to start heading back down. I really wish I could have like the full day of summer without the heat. With the temperatures of winter, because the days being so short in December is so, it's depressing in general, but I have less daylight to explore, and I really wish I could have like the full evening time too without having to hike in the dark. But that's okay. I really wasn't expecting this to be a long excursion. Look at this quartz. Okay, anyways, let's go back down. I've made it back to the part where the trail is at least somewhat obvious now, so it should be a little bit easier moving. My current view. I feel like it's going to be a good sunset today, but I think I'll be driving during it. I made it back to these rocks and back to where I can see the ruins and my car. So just a little bit more ways to go. All right, we're back where we started. So I would say this is a pretty successful excursion. I really didn't know what to expect. This is really cool. Thank you for joining me, and subscribe if you want to come along on future adventures. Okay, really quick, I just noticed that there's that really little mini arch up there. At least I'm assuming the rocks are connected, but I didn't see it before, but now I can see it from this angle.